Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, August 25th, 2015. The main concern for this afternoon will be the potential for some dry lightning across portions of east central Nevada, and moisture that is responsible for this lightning will shift northwards into Wednesday and Thursday, and as a result, the threat for areas of dry lightning will shift into northern Nevada and western Idaho in the Wednesday to Thursday time frame. Over the past 24 hours, there was a fair amount of storm activity across the Great Basin, with the most widespread activity across the higher terrain of central and eastern Utah. There was a fair amount of lightning associated with the storms, but the lightning wasn't too widespread. With the lightning, there were a few new fire starts across the Great Basin, again mainly concentrated across the higher terrain where the storms were the most numerous. The water vapor satellite shows high pressure centered over the Great Basin, and moisture underneath this high pressure will make its way northward through the middle of the week, bringing this storm activity that we are expecting. Also of note is a low pressure system over the eastern Pacific, and that will bring us some interesting weather a little bit later in the week. As I mentioned earlier, the main concern for this afternoon is lightning across portions of east central Idaho. Storms will be widespread across the southeastern part of the Great Basin this afternoon due to that moisture, with storms becoming increasingly wet as you move south and east into the Great Basin. Winds in general will be quite light, although there is a potential for some gusty winds across portions of western Utah and western Nevada. On Wednesday, that moisture will spread northward, and you can see the threat for lightning will also shift northward into central Nevada and portions of central Idaho. Storms will become more widespread on Wednesday as that moisture makes its way northward, although storms for the most part across Utah will generally be wet. Winds will again be pretty light, although there is a potential for some gusty winds across portions of western Nevada. On Thursday, moisture will remain in place and the lightning threat will increase to northern Nevada and most of western Idaho. Storm coverage will also shift northward with that moisture, and you can see that much of Idaho is expected to see storm activity as well as portions of eastern Nevada and portions of Utah. Winds again on Thursday will be quite light with the exception of western Nevada. Moving into Friday, a low pressure system over the eastern Pacific will make its way east towards closer to the Great Basin, and as a result we'll see winds beginning to pick up across the western part of the Great Basin on Friday. As we move into Saturday, those wind speeds will continue to further increase, and we will see moisture increase across the northern part of the Great Basin, while drier air makes its way into the southern part of the Great Basin. There's still pretty low confidence at this time, but there is a potential for Saturday to be quite wet and cool across portions of Idaho. As we move into Sunday, that system continues to make its way into the western United States, and we'll see a cold front move across the area Saturday-Sunday time frame, bringing much cooler temperatures to the northern part of the Great Basin. The precip images from the WPC paint the precipitation picture pretty well. You can see in the 1 to 3 day period, most of the precipitation is concentrated across Utah, with some precipitation expected across southern Nevada and eastern Nevada and eastern Idaho. And then as we move into the 4 to 5 day time period, that precipitation shifts northward. ERCs are generally trending upward across the Great Basin. You can see from the two charts highlighted on the right that the ERCs in these areas are above average for the time of year. For the most part across the Great Basin, live fuel moistures are right around normal to a bit below normal, although there are a few exceptions. In general, live fuel moistures are right around normal for the time of year. Finally, looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, they are calling for below normal temperatures across the western part of the area, with below normal precipitation across the eastern part of the area. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Our contact information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.